Alright everybody, well, it's the season as you know, so we're going to do something really appropriate. We're going to do a Christmas tree, alright? Now, let's see, we're going to do this stylized, so kind of a cartoon style setup here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with a cross on the floor, like a wooden section. So we're going to take a simple polygon cube. We're going to hit R, we're going to push that down and pull that out. And you might want to stylize that a little bit more, so we can do that by going into Insert Edge Loop, option box, set it to multiple. We'll set it to, let's do 5, why not? Doesn't have to be very low poly. So we'll do 5 right there, and maybe 5 here, yep. And then we're going to go back into the top, hit Q on our keyboard, and we're going to right click and we're going to go in to vertex, drag select. Hit B on our keyboard, hold down B, left click and drag to make a smaller impacted area. It looks like it's quite big, so let's see here. Let's have a go. We'll hit W. Yeah, there you go. That impacted area is way too big. So let me just bring that back in. There you go. All right. So let's try that again. They're gonna pull that out a little bit. And let's just scale that and take one of these and pull that just so it's not that perfectly straight, okay? And let's just do this. Okay, that's fine. Right, so we have that, looks right. We're gonna hit B to turn off soft select. We're gonna hit Control D to duplicate. Let's hit E to rotate, hold down J, snap it around. And you don't want to have that perfect cross, so we don't want to do this, so we'll do this a little bit. Hit W, kind of move that, something like so. And what we're going to do is we're going to take these two, and we're going to go up to Mesh, Boolean, and Union to make it one object. Okay, there you go. All right, so that's the floor cross there. Now we need kind of a trunk of the tree, of course. So for that, we'll take a polygon cylinder. We'll hit W to pull up. We don't need the top and bottom there, so we're going to Control A to open up the attribute editor. We're going to go in. Let's set caps to 0, and then we'll go in and we'll right click and go to face and delete that one and delete that one. Okay. We're going to go in here. We're going to hit W, move this down. R to scale in. W to move down again. Let's hit F to frame that so we can see what's going on here. Let's scale it in some more. Starting to get there, and there we go. Make sure it's well inside our cross, and yeah, that looks fine. Let's push that down. There we go. Then we're going to right click. We're going to go to vertex, drag select these guys. Hit R to scale that in. W to push that down like so. And what we're going to do next is we're going to go to edge, double click, Control E to extrude, W to pull up, and we'll just hit E to kind of rotate it a little bit, G to repeat again, W to push up, and do that the other direction, and at the same time hit R and scale that in a bit. And we'll do that with this guy as well, maybe even a bit more. Again, just so it doesn't look too clean, right? So now that we have that, let's start with the bottom layer here. I'm actually thinking whether I'm going to work top down or the other way around. I think this will work fine. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a new polygon cylinder, yeah, W to pull that up. Again, I'm going to set caps to 0 for now because I don't need those. Delete and delete. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and I'm going to right click, go to edge, double click on that, scale that way out like so, and then scale the whole thing in a little bit because we don't want it to be too big. So let's just see how that will pan out in the bottom layer. that would be the right height, meaning that this guy needs to come up a little bit. So we'll go in there, Control E to extrude, W to pull up, and then G to repeat and W to pull up again. And we're going to work this down a bit, but for now this is okay. Yeah. So we're going to take this guy, we're going to push it down just a little. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, we're going to take this edge, and we're going to hit E to rotate that a little bit. Like this. And then we're going to go in here and take one of these and hit B for soft select once again. And we need to play with that setting by holding down B and left click and dragging. And then we're going to hit W and just kind of pull that up to create a more playful effect, if you will. We'll do the same here, and then we'll actually even rotate it a little bit, just so it looks a bit wonky, if that's the thing. There you go. I think that looks fine. We're going to go in here and I'm going to hit B to turn that off. Double click on this. We're going to hit the Control E to extrude, W to pull down like so, and then G to repeat and R to scale in just a little. Okay. So now if you go in here and hit 3 to preview smooth, we'll get something like this. Now I'm going to hit 1 to go back. What I want to do is go into Insert Edge Loop, Option Box, and open that up, set this to manual, and we're going to put one in here, and maybe you need to have 2, we'll see. Q on the keyboard, let's hit 3 to preview smooth, much better. Alright, 1 to go back. So now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to hit Control D to duplicate, we're going to hit W to pull up, we're going to hit R to scale in. That looks about right. And then we're going to hit E to rotate. And that looks fine. Then we're going to hit G to repeat last command. W to pull up. Actually, that's not right. Go back. Control D to duplicate again. W to pull up once again. R to scale in again. And let's keep an eye on the overall line here of our tree. And we can tweak this as we move forward. This is still looking okay. Control D again, W to move up. R to scale in. W to move down a bit. And once again, rotate that. Not too bad. Control D again, W to move up, R to scale in, E to rotate, and then we're going to Control D one more time, we're going to hit W to move up, E to rotate again, and then we're actually going to go in here and we're going to right click at the edge, we're going to double click on this, hit W, move that up, and R to scale that in, like so. And now what we can do here is go to Mesh and Fill Hole, which will create a huge N-gon. So we now have to go in and select this guy and go to Face and Poke Face. And then we have to take that vert in the middle and bring that back to where it belongs, which is in the middle. Right, so now we have triangles and no N-gons, so that's fine. And then if you go in here and we hit 3 to preview smooth, I think we need to add one edge loop up there, okay? So we're gonna go back into Insert Edge Loop, and let's add one right there, and that should fix that. 3 to preview, there we go. All right, now let's look at tweaking that a little bit. So we're going to take this guy and we're going to go into Insert Edge Loop option box, open that up. Let's do multiple and we'll do 3. And then we'll go in here and put them in right there. And I'm just going to hit 1 on this guy. So object mode, hit 1, yeah. Q on our keyboard. So I can now go into Edge, let's scale that in a bit. Take this guy, scale it in some more. Take that one. And then take the top here. Right click on the vertex, drag select. R to scale that in. Okay, let's see what we got so far. Right, not too bad. What we need to do next is smooth these guys out. Okay, so I'm just going to go to mesh and combine, and then we're going to go to edit mesh, actually to mesh and smooth. Yeah, cool. And now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to create a few Christmas balls. So we'll take one here, W to move up. It's obviously way too big, so we're going to scale that way down. And we're going to start to position a few, right? So after frame that in, still quite large. And the trick here is to just randomly put a few in here, okay? So Control D to duplicate. We're getting there. Okay, so let's put something in top here, depending on whatever that may be or what you want to put up there. And I don't want to make this too religious, so we'll just keep it simple and we'll put a little ball on top there. Okay, that looks kind of cool. Right, so now we have that. What we're going to do is we're going to create some candy canes. So we'll take one of these, we'll pull this out, jump to the top here. After frame that, let's right click and go to face, drag click all of this stuff, delete that, clean that up, and delete that too. Then we're going to go in here, after frame, we're going to right click at the edge, we're going to double click, we're going to go to mesh and fill hole, right click face, we're going to go to poke, and we'll put that back in there, and then we're going to go in here, double click, Control E to extrude, W to pull out. Let's do that a couple of times. After frame, G to repeat, W to pull out, G to repeat, W to pull out, GW. I guess that's fine. Okay. And then we're going to go to mesh and fill hole again. And then we're going to move this out and we're going to right click, go to face. Let's extend that a little bit more. And then we're going to go to poke face. And let's get in here and move that vertex. So we're going to go to vertex, W, and kind of get that more towards the center. All right. So now that we have that, we're going to take this guy and we're going to make it nice and small. And then we're gonna hit W, we're gonna bring that in. We're gonna hit E to rotate, hold down J, and flip it up like this. W, bring that in, bring that up. Scale it down some more. Left the frame in. And the best way to do this, I think, here is to hit W to pull that up, E to rotate, and we're basically gonna lay them flat. Maybe rotate it a little bit, just so it looks a bit more playful. This is basically going to be our angle here. Control D to duplicate. Let's put one down here. After frame, E to rotate. This is basically going to be our render angle, roughly. So Control D to duplicate, W to pull up. We'll do one up here, and maybe flip it like this. W to push down. Starting to look nice. Okay, so let's go back in here and let's just tweak this a little bit. I'm going to go to Edge. I'm going to double click on this edge right here, hit B for soft select, hold down B and left click and drag, and I basically want this to scale in a bit. So hit R and kind of tweak that a little bit like that. Okay. So we got that, and then what you can finally do if you want is kind of create something that resembles a light. So one way to do that is to take a polygon sphere here, pull this out, and what we'll do is we'll jump in. Let's move this out of the way here. Just gonna hit F to frame it, right click on the face, drag select the top here, turn off B, delete that. And then we're going to go in here, edge, double click, Control E to extrude, W to pull up, and then R to scale in, G to repeat, W to pull up, R to scale in, GW. You get the idea, right? GW, and of course I'm doing this quite fast because I just want to give you guys an idea how you can do this without spending too much time on actually doing it. So let me just pull that up. Let's go to mesh and fill hole. We'll right click, go to face. We're going to go to poke once again. Let's fix the position of that vertex. Push it to the middle. That should be fine. So now we can go in and take off a little piece of the bottom there. So we'll get a face. So we'll right click this. We'll delete it. Right click, go to edge, double click, Control E to extrude, R to scale out to about there, G to repeat, and W to pull down. And then we're going to go in here, F to frame, mesh and fill hole, right click face, edit mesh, poke, move that vertex again. So we got something resembling a candle, okay? So we're gonna take this guy, we're gonna E to rotate, hold down J and flip it around like this. Or maybe up, depending on whatever you like. We're gonna hit R to scale it way, way, way down. W to move it in. F to frame that. And let's this is kind of our angle here, right? So let's get this in here, scale it down some more, move it up, move it out, and maybe rotate it a little bit. G to repeat that guy, W to move it down, rotate it the other direction, pivot points off, modify center pivot, W to move down, let's rotate that a little. I thought I did a copy, but I don't know where my other one went. So that's a copy, yeah. Let's rotate that a little. G to repeat, W to push down. Let's just tilt that a little. You get the idea, right? I think that's kind of the idea here. So yeah, what I'll do is I'll do a quick render. I'll do a quick render, and then you'll have an idea what this could look like. Okay. Well, that's basically it, guys. So have fun with this. Happy holidays, and whatever you are celebrating. But a nice decorated tree is always fun. And that said, see you guys soon. Bye. Well, thanks for watching, and before you go, please hit that MH button to subscribe, okay? See you guys next time. Bye.